Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee Break.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about lighting in the world of design, which is super important, and it's actually something that Amanda and I focus on with every job that we build for our clients. Lighting is probably one of the most fundamental parts of any interior design, and whenever you're in a space. Look around you right now, you definitely have lighting on, lamps, overhead lighting, chandeliers, whatever it might be, and there's actually a methodical thought process that goes into why the lighting is what it is in the room that you're in. And if it isn't thought through, it should be.
It's important, and I think not everyone thinks about the importance of lighting.
Agree.
All the time.
I totally agree.
The afterthought, but
Yes.
it's important.
Yes, and some people mix up lighting. They say well, I just
Yeah.
want recessed lighting for my entire house, and that's not always the answer. So it's important to understand sort of the difference in the type of lighting that you need for each space, and we're going to just touch on a few today just so that you have an idea. First things first, chandeliers. Chandeliers and pendant lights. Let's just kind of put those
Okay.
together.
Okay.
So these are accent lights. These can be used, chandeliers in a dining room can be used to illuminate a space, of course, when you're eating a meal, but really the idea of a chandelier is to work as a decor piece within the space, right?
Right.
To bring attention to that focal in the room and really ground the space.
Exactly.
And that's how it should be thought of. You should think of the pendant lights in your kitchen or over your island as accent pieces. And you should have secondary lighting on top of that.
Yes.
For sure. That's really, really important. Another one right now we can kind of talk about is the recessed lighting.
Recessed lighting is big right now.
Yes.
I mean, it's always been around, but I
Mhm.
think now it's more updated.
Mhm.
The LED recessed lighting is popular right now.
Yes.
And again, that's something that is great to have as your main lighting source. But you want to layer in your other elements, like a lamp, a standing lamp, because depending on the room, let's say your living room, you don't want to have your recessed lighting on as the only light all the time. It can be a little bit bright.
Yes. Yes.
So it's nice to have the secondary option, have a lamp on. You have that softer, more comforting vibe.
I'm actually not a huge fan of overhead lighting, so this is an example of overhead lighting. It's great to illuminate a space when you have a big gathering at your house or something like that. It's great to have it on because it really illuminates the space, but in a general sense, when you're just at home with your family and you're just relaxing, you really, even on a dimmer, you don't really want to use these lights. You want to turn those off, use the secondary lights, which are your standing lamps and your table lamps, your wall sconces, things like that. And that really helps set the mood and bring you to a place of relaxation, whereas the overhead lights can be a little jarring sometimes.
Agreed.
Yeah. The other form of lighting that kind of gets missed is wall sconces, which is your vanity lights,
Yes.
or wall sconces that sit on either side of a fireplace or something like that.
Or in a bedroom to replace your table lamps, you could do wall
Yes,
sconces as well, too.
just so amazing, and it clears off your table, which is fantastic. You don't have to knock over the lamp when you wake up to your alarm in the morning. It's pretty awesome. So wall sconces are a great way to add an element, like a surprise element, to a space. Much like a chandelier or a pendant light,
Right.
you can use these wall sconces to bring you just to elevate that space just a notch up. So think of your bathroom vanity, think of the light above that, and think about how you'd want that to pop the vanity below it and work with the space and bring
Right.
it to life. And kind of going back, recessed lighting, try to avoid recessed lighting in your bathroom above your vanity. We always try to avoid that because it can be really, really jarring, and the light casts shadows on your face that you don't want to see in a mirror.
Right.
So
So if you have the recessed lighting, also have either sconces, or a light above your vanity mirror, because
Yes.
that gives you the option. If you are using the mirror for, to look in or do your makeup, you can use your sconces and not just the overhead recessed lighting.
Yes.
The recessed lighting is great to light up the entire bathroom, but if you don't really want that light on all the time, so it's good to have two options.
yes, yes. And the other light style that I guess is really important when you're designing a space is to think about this, the style of light fixture that you're putting into the space. So I'm bringing this up because, you know, in the late 2000s into like the 2010s, we had like this whole big movement of these like flush mount lights, right?
Yes.
They were like everywhere, and you guys know exactly which ones we're talking about. We try to avoid those. I'm not a huge fan of flush mount lights. I don't think they don't do anything to the space. In fact, from a design standpoint, it actually makes the space feel smaller because you have this light fixture like jammed up on the ceiling. So any chance you can, change out that flush mount light to a semi-flush mount light. It hangs just a little bit, it shines light up, so it gives the illusion that this space is bigger, and that could be a huge design element that could be missing from your space, and that one little tip could really change things. The last thing we need to talk about is the color of the light that you're putting in your space.
Yes,
this
is
is
very
something- oh,
important.
gosh.
Pay attention to this. You'll thank us later.
Right? There's warm light and there's cool light. In a general sense, the warm light is always the better way to go. Some people love the cool lights, some people love the warm lights. I'm a warm light person. I feel like the cold lights, that blue light, which I know you guys have probably seen out there, or you've bought, the worst. When you buy a light bulb and it's the wrong light bulb because it's literally
Daylight. You
daylight.
think
Oh,
daylight? No.
no, it's blue.
It's blue.
And cold, it's always cold. And I personally, from a design aesthetic standpoint, I definitely recommend the warm lights. The only exception to this could be in a bathroom.
Yes.
You add the daylight into the bathroom because you want that very you don't want the warm glow because it can kind of change your skin tone when you're looking in the mirror, or all of that. So daylight primarily in like a laundry room or a bathroom. Warm tones throughout the rest of your home.
Agreed.
Yeah, so that's what we have for you today on lighting. And if you guys have any questions, specific questions about lighting, please email us, contact us, like us, follow us, share us. We love doing these for you guys. So thank you so much.
See you next time.